A probability distribution is used to define random variables. It is a mathematical function that provides the probabilities of the occurrence of various possible outcomes in an experiment. The sum of all the probabilities in a distribution is always 1. Now there are various types of distributions, but we will restrict our scope to the following: binomial distribution, normal distribution, t-distribution or student t-distribution, chi-square distribution, and f distribution. So let's quickly see each of these distributions one by one. The first distribution is binomial distribution. But before knowing binomial distribution, we must know what is a Bernoulli trial. Bernoulli trial is a random experiment. We call random experiment is any experiment whose outcomes are random. So Bernoulli trial is a random experiment whose outcomes are only of two types, say success S and failure F. The probability of success is taken as P, while that of failure is taken as Q, which is equal to 1 minus P. Now a Bernoulli trial repeated n times is called binomial experiment, and the distribution of it is called binomial distribution. Now there are 4 conditions that should be met for a binomial distribution. First is number of trials must be finite. Second, each trial should have exactly 2 outcomes. Third, trials must be independent. And last is the probability of success or failure should be same in each trial. Then the formula for binomial distribution is shown here on the screen. Here x is equal to number of trials up to n. Then p is probability of success. And q is the probability of failure, which is equal to 1 minus p. Then ncx is the combination and is given by n factorial divided by n minus x into x factorial. Now let's move on to the next distribution, which is normal distribution or Gaussian distribution. The normal distribution is a family of continuous distributions that can model many histograms of real life data, which are mound shaped, that is bell shaped, and are symmetric, for example height, weight, etc. Now this distribution is probably the most important distribution for your data science career because it is most widely and commonly used. The first property is that mean, median, mode are equal. Then it is symmetrical about the center. Then the total area under the curve is 1. Obviously the area under the curve is probability. So total cumulative probability will always be equal to 1. Then a special case of this normal distribution is called Z distribution or standard normal. And it is a very important distribution. Here we have mean is equal to 0. And variance or standard deviation is equal to 1. Then if you see, we have limits defined in terms of standard deviation. So 68% of the values lie between minus 1 sigma to plus 1 sigma. Then 95.5% of the values lie between minus 2 to plus 2 sigma. And 99.7% of the values lie between minus 3 to plus 3 sigma. Well, you must have heard of 6 sigma quality control technique. So this is what 6 sigma is, which says that 99.7% of the values will lie within minus 3 to plus 3 standard deviation. So that is what normal distribution is in brief.